Welcome back, everybody. Just Mike here. Anyway, today we're going to work on a carriage clock. This one here, obviously, I got at GW, and someone jumped in here that evidently had this clock, thinking, why is it not running, and started poking it with something and damaged it a little bit. Let's kind of look at that because that's about 80 bucks, not counting shipping, to replace it if they were to finally just take it to the clock shop, but instead they decided to just dump it off at GW. Let's look at the clock. So here's the clock. It's a nice clock. It's got some metal bling there, nice little door. I'm not sure the brand of this clock, but it's nice. Right here it says West Germany, and it's a Hamilton 663719. This used to have some kind of a plaque on here. There's 4 screw holes, and this color is a little bit different than that color. This here you'd twist, and it has a lever here that moves up and down to lock it in. This is the part I'm talking about. This piece here that goes into that makes the clock tick. This is bent clear in and is twisted. And I couldn't help myself. I didn't know if I was going to videotape this clock or not, but so I worked on it a little bit. Took these 2 nuts off. This has got a metal plate here that you'd normally, I guess, take 1 nut off, loosen another one, lift it and pull it down so you can oil this here. But I took it off all the way so I could pull that out so I could, and it goes to the verge. I had to pull it out so I could straighten that and figure out just how it went on there. Now, to me, this isn't ticking very strong compared to what I've seen before on other clocks, but it does pretty much keep ticking. I went ahead and oiled the back side of this just because. Now, I do know that the Westminster, when it plays, if it even catches, as in plays, sometimes it needs help to get started, and so I'm almost thinking, at least if I don't clean this clock, which looks very clean, but at least possibly pull out the mainsprings and clean them, because I don't know how long this clock sat or anything else, but it's going to help them. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the time. So right there is supposed to be playing. So it's a very nice sounding clock. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get the hands taken out the front and then remove the screws back here and pull this movement out. I also wanted to show here in the book, $75, $72. They're not cheap, so don't mess with them. Just oil them and use a toothpick to get down in on the top and the bottom if they do need lubed. Don't be poking it with a stick or screwdriver or anything else. And just below that, this here is what was damaged. that's a cheap fix, but still going to cost you money, $11.50. And don't forget, you're going to be paying shipping. And through this company, if you don't order enough, they're going to give you something like a $12 charge for a small shipping or a small item fee because you didn't order enough. So this is the movement. I don't know if Hamilton actually made their own movements or not, but if you order enough of them, they'll put anyone's name on it. And this says 6/36, so I wouldn't know the actual date of this. It does have another number, 461926. Anyway, what we're going to do, or I'd like to do first off, I got the other side oiled, but I don't have this side, so I'm going to oil it and see if this here starts going better or not. It has to stand straight up. It shouldn't make any difference, I don't think, but it wants to stop when you tip it. And it's bouncing up and down like this, so I don't know if that has something to do with that bent verge in there or what. So let me oil this clock on this side and see, or not this side, and see what I come up with. So I got the whole front oiled, and it seems to me that the chime is able to lift the hammers, start right up and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back into the case and see how things go. And they're going at a decent speed too. So I noticed on this here, if you tip it forward, it doesn't want to work. And it shouldn't affect it that much. But I was wondering whether I haven't got this bent out enough to make it stay running while it's on its back compared to setting it up. So I'm going to play with that a little bit and see if I can get to run while it's laying on its back. Well, I got that moving, let's say, faster, and adjusting that. I actually should get my magnifying camera thing to take a look at that. But that has kind of like a metal hook or whatever that comes down. And it actually rides up in there. If I was really worried, if I can't get this thing to do the right time, including adjusting this, because this is where you adjust the speed to this clock. If I can't get that fixed, then I'm going to have to pay $11.50 for that arm there that goes up in there and also goes to the verge that rocks back and forth. This also has a switch here. You move it up to silence it if you didn't want to listen to the chime. Anyway, for a clock under $50 at GW, which included shipping, I don't mind buying a Hamilton. I did buy it, I guess, because of these metal things around there. Normally when I buy these clocks, unless I really like the case, I look for something that has more than 5 or 6 rods in it, because the more rods, the more expensive the movement is, and also usually the more rods, the more tunes this has, which would have a lever that you could adjust to go from the Westminster to St. Michael's, and I forgot that other one. But anyway, this one does have 6 rods. Oh, and by the way, the leg fell off, so it might have got a little bit of damage in shipping. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's got 5 chime rods in there. And you can see it's just ticking away. So this was I guess an easy fix on this clock. A little technical difficulty there for whoever had this one last. And if this clock, which I just got it running, I'm going to get this video done, but if I have to work on this clock again, for sure I'm going to show you that either I had to change that foot to the verge, the foot to the verge, or I might have to clean the springs, the main springs. But they all seem to be working nicely. These are totally wound up when I got the clock, so I have no idea on how it feels when you're winding it, whether it's slipping or not. If it feels like it's slipping when you're winding it or making a funny noise besides, that tells you you need to clean those springs. Anyway, I'll let you know as time goes on, I guess. Don't forget to subscribe because it's free, and give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. At the end here, we got 2 people there that I'm supporting on working on clocks, and they do a fine job. One's a female and one's a male. There's a hint right here at the end.